decided to use this, what is this deck called? The Spirit Song Tarot. Haven't used it in a while because I just was having trouble connecting strangely with the spirit animals, the totems. But I think this week's feeling drawn to it. So, and okay, so let's start. I did the Celtic cross, even though I'm asking about the week. I just felt drawn to that too. And what's interesting is the first couple of cards, there's like some, there's two cards, which I was curious if it was like two paths, but I see what's happening. It's sort of like the outer layer and then the under layer, which is so cute. So right now you're playing small, but you're still, to me, like the rat is a thinker, and from thinking and doing, and they're always like sticking their neck out to get to one place to another because they can easily, they're easy preys in a way, but yet not, because they're tiny. You can kind of miss them, but because they're tiny, they're larger preys. Like how do you fight against a larger prey, right? So you're being strategic and playing small and not drawing attention, because previously you may have drawn so much attention to you that, like, again, people were attacking you for it, right? So on the surface you're playing small, but in the background, this is so cute. You're like, there's something better. There's a better environment where people do collaborate, and you're being aware of that, and you're bringing the gratitude. You're sort of like not only looking, like you see one looking at us, and one kind of looking somewhere into the future. And this is someone that's kind of like, what's brought me to where I am that will bring me to where I can be. And so every time something negative happens, instead you're like, what can I do to get better aligned? And so outwardly, people don't know what's happening because you're playing small, but inwardly you're like, I know what I need to do because I know what was good before and what I can do to get there. Like, try to bring that back. And then what's usually I think of this as like what's opposing, but I don't get that this time. This is actually something that's helping you, what you're dealing with directly instead of opposing, which is interesting. So this one, and I love that this whole cross thing later on, you'll see it kind of flips, and it makes me feel like a puzzle. Like people, there's like that puzzle piece where it's like you have to get the numbers, 1 to 9, but it's all jumbled and you have to like move it around. So this reminds me of that. So I think like things are being rearranged as we speak, and part of it is you, and part of it is spirit world helping, of course. So with this one, again, like outwardly you're trying to release and recover, and that's what spirit world wants of you. And inwardly, again, you're taking care of yourself, you're taking time to, part of the playing small is also releasing control and releasing, like, being part of their structure, and just taking care of you first so that wherever you go next, you're of sound mind and body. And I love the butterfly, because definitely butterflies always changes. And for me, it's, again, you see the release from the cocoon, release from being tightly wound, from being trapped, from not being, for me, that's like you haven't been nurtured, and that's why you have to nurture yourself, because they're not going to give it to you, right? And unfortunately that sucks, and that's why you also know you gotta leave. So what's been the base of all this, the foundation? Again, you've been this wise one who's come with ideas and action, and you've done, this is like facing the past, right? So you've done what you've had, you've done it from a higher place of good, but instead it's brought you challenges. You know, this reminds me of sort of like, again, being on a higher rock on the boulder, being able to see the view, but to get up there is a challenge. And you did that work, but they didn't. So that's why they don't value it. They don't see it. They don't know it. Like, you know it better than they do. And you can't just easily give them that knowledge because they have to go through it, but they didn't because you saved them from that. And so, unfortunately, it's like you're being seen as sneaky, as I mentioned, but you're not, right? You're not like attacking them, even. Like, you see here, there's no attack, but then you see this feather, and then people are kind of like, ooh, you did something. You see, I see the evidence, and you're just like, that's not even me. For you, that's like spirit guide left you a message, and you're just following the trail, but they see it differently. So, again, that duality is just interesting to see the duality. So on the surface, that's what people are kind of like seeing of you. Underneath, they don't see that you are capable of so much change that they're not. You're capable of adapting to the environment, but they're not. But as I mentioned, at what point do you release and not hold on so tight and start? Even here, it's like feels like the branch is like splitting. Like, pick your next path. It's not this one. This one's going down. Pick this one that's going up. Whatever it is, we don't know yet because we just don't, right? We never know at the beginning. We just have to like take that risk. And so, again, like what's helped you in the past, what you have is you're very resourceful. You know, you're very much the doer, and now you've learned to be more calm and looking. It kind of reminds me of the meerkats looking. And you've learned to be quiet, and you know it's fine. It's okay to keep things to yourself. And here it also shows preparation. You're already doing what you need to do to leave this environment, whatever that means. And you're not telling anyone. You're just like, hey, to each your own. This to me is cool. It's like drawing a boundary. Like, do not come in front of me. Do not step. I've warned you. And these two came out side by side versus these were sort of like hidden, which was cool. That like, it's like, shh, it's a secret. It's none of your business. It's mine. Like, you worry about you, I do me. But now, this is, excuse me, more current. What's gonna come is, I've been getting this feeling like someone's gonna come and help. Someone's gonna come with a message, and someone who's coming is definitely on your side. I've been trying to think like what the two shells. It sort of feels like someone you know, but yet I feel like it's not. I think it's just a sweet union. Like, together, you guys will work good together, and it shows like, again, the stamina here. That's what I'm more focusing on, and this kind of like flow infinity, the long-term flow of life. I don't know why I'm saying flow of life. I was thinking of river, but then flow of life came to mind. And I think because it's sort of the right flow versus what we're doing now, and the right people, the right environment, and even this seems like playful to me. And that card does come out later, I think. And I just realized that now. And if you're wondering why I look at the card first, I don't have enough like memory on my iPad or my phone, even less on my phone than my iPad. So, but I just take a quick look and then I come back and read it quicker, because I also take a long time to speak, and I tend to ramble sometimes. But it's like there's so much messages, you know. Okay, anyways, moving on, you guys, because I'm already at 10 minutes. See, I take a while. See, this magician again reminds you of someone who's coming in that's from the divine, giving you some kind of message. I don't know who it is or what the message is. I'm looking forward to it. I'm so ready for it, you guys. I know you guys are too. So let's enjoy it instead of like trying to figure out what it is. Let's enjoy it when we see it, right? So here's where things kind of get jumbled. Again, the orders kind of mix from what I normally have. So here is like all the fears that you can't fly, that you're just trapped here, that you'll always be in protection mode. And then definitely like having to run away from the predators, and then having to be on the defensive with the claws, and kind of wondering like it's not fair because it's 2 against 1. You're being ganged up on, and they can bite you, but you just have your hands and stuff, and you can't even like they can't even hear you. They can like they're gonna try to crush you, but like look at all the shells. Like you have the shells, but you're also kind of like, oh my god, how many layer of protections am I gonna need? And that's such an awful feeling. But we're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through this, you guys, because next is coming. I know it's hard to stay right now with this message because it's been hard for me for months, you guys. This whole year, I'm sorry to say, has sucked ass. And it's sucked ass because the people, more than anything, the work I can do, the people, man, the people. So this one is normally like outside influence and who's gonna come help, but that's actually up there. This one is actually, like I said, if this is your fear, then this is the hope. And the hope is the renewal. You know, being able to be bare and not attacked. See how there's like no shell on this um, starfish? I almost called it a shellfish. It was a starfish. And also how depleted it is, but also how it's just floating. It's floating on water, and there's no one there. Doesn't need to grab the shells. None of these shells fit. There's no ammo. There's nothing. That's all you need. This time of like rejuvenation, reset, and that's coming. Because see this, this is the outside stuff. Whoever is coming is gonna heal you, because not only is there a message coming, but there's play, and it's gonna be more like one. You're either gonna get back with friends who are gonna invite this playful energy, or this person introduces you to the new like play. But I feel like this one first is actually more of your friends first, because after you meet that new person, you're gonna realize, I miss socializing, I miss talking to people, I miss being real, I miss being me. And you realize you can do it with your friends, but not your current environment, whatever that is. Like you might have more than one set of friends, or it might be this is work versus friends, or it might be family versus friend, which sucks too. But whatever it is, you're gonna find this set, your true clan, your true Yaya sisterhood, whatever it is, you're gonna find that again. And you guys are so gentle with each other, and again, you can speak, like, see how, which one? This one was sort of like you can't hear, you can't, you just hear clicking noise, and you're just like, whatever. This one, even though it's like the echoing noise when they talk, it's like you hear the song, and this deck is called Spirit Song. So, and it's kind of cool because your friends are protecting the shell. So it's like they're protecting you, because remember you were saying like I was saying, like you kind of felt like you needed all these shells and stuff, and they're kind of like, nah, one, will provide protection because look at how they're circling. And two, let's make play of what we thought. Like let's turn what was bad into a game and see what we can change the outcome, like let's change the story, let's change the song, let's change, how we communicate and think and all that stuff. And see this, like the shaman is like the healing, and again, like the divine. For me, it's like the hawk is always even sharper eyes and even quicker, swifter, but only at the right time and the right moment and the right thing. And hawk for me also has been my very strong clairvoyant totem. And there was one time at the park where I was practicing with another student, a new friend, and this hawk came by behind us and opened its wing, and I felt so protected, and that's what this reminds me of. And I miss that, and I think I'm gonna get more into that. So maybe for you, what's that thing that was like fun and outdoorsy with someone and made you just feel like I'm so good, for whatever reason, And the final outcome, this reminds me of the chameleon card. Was it this one? Where was it? I know it's strange that that reminds me of the chameleon card, but it does, and it might be because there's no red anywhere, and this reminds me of that. And I love that it says persistence and new possibilities. And it says 5 of Christos, and usually I hate 5 because it's a lot of strife. And that's not the outcome. The outcome isn't strife here. The outcome here is luck and is getting away. The ladybug is both small in terms of that, but it's also very, for me, creative. And I think I know why I think of chameleon, because of the spots, like the spots of the leopard, cheetahs. Who else has spots? They do blend in with nature. But what's fun about this card, like the chameleon card, this ladybug doesn't, to me, blend in. It sticks out because it's red. There's nothing else here that was red. And it can walk, it can fly. And also, oh, is this the only one? Yeah, I think this is the only one that I thought of where the environment is a crystal. And that to me is, again, the Magic Kingdom, healing. Oh, I love it. It went from, hang on, where is it? This is like healing waters, but this is like, in height, for me, a higher level of healing, because it's the sacred cave. Like, you went through the water first to get to this cave, and this cave is so pure and untouched, because you can't just access it easily, you know. And it's usually dark in there, but these crystals bring light. And so you have to bring light first to the situation, and then the divine brings an even greater light. I hope that makes sense. And the divine will bring you all the resources. It'll bring you a lot of gift. When you have that gift, accept it, sit with it, think of it first, get yourself ready, and then prepare to fly. Because this is so magical that it reminds me of Avatar or Narnia, or I don't know, even more. Like, lately I've been thinking about The Wizard of Oz. And this is the start. This card to me is a start card, and not like, it's not even fighting the path. It's not even a continuation of it. It's a clean cut off. Like, you're done. This one gives you all the things the other ones did not. Because this is the right path, not where you've been. And I was listening to an old reading that someone gave me, and holy moly, I feel like such a jackass, because since 2020, I was told this company I'm working with wouldn't be it for the long run, would be short term. And I'm here 6 years, and I'm regretting it. And it did do its purpose, because it was work from home until recently. And I think, again, like, one of the things was sort of like, if you're in the wrong, this is something, you know, yesterday that kind of reminded me too, where this lady says, if it's right, just good things keep happening. If it's wrong, bad things keep happening. And I've said it myself, where I've been like recently I was saying, oh, you know, it's kind of like God and the flood, and, you know, Noah's having Noah's Ark. And that's like if you're afraid of jumping ship from one sinking ship to another, Noah's Ark is meant to survive the freaking flood, right? And you're just kind of like, I don't know if I should go in, even though all these people are running in towards it, and, you know, and maybe you're afraid because there's so many different types of people, so to speak, you know, and it's an enclosed environment. But it's like, okay, God sent the volcanic eruption, the floor is hot as F, the lava, the ashes, Like you can't even breathe that air. You can't walk on it. You can't, you're gonna get burnt one way or another. And then there's like, say, mudslides too. It just, everything's dirty, like there's locusts eating up all the good stuff, and all you're left with is like eaten stuff, rotten stuff, stuff that might not even be edible. There's the flood that's just like moving things so fast, and you're kind of like stuck and slow and like, what do I do, right? And that might have been you at some point, but it's not you now, because these cards indicated not that, right? And so the reason I brought all that up is because you already went through that, and you decided this Noah arc is a really good thing for me. I don't know what's going to happen after. I don't know what this new world is, but I'm going to go for it. And that's what this card reminds me of, because there's a hidden place after all this is washed up and everything's cleaned out, both you, mentally, emotionally, even physically. Because what if also your health has taken a hit from all this? And it says the body remembers, it stores all this stuff. And so what if you get to heal? What if you get to be amongst your people? What if you get to be in this new world that's way more beautiful? What if you yourself transform into this ladybug? Something that's way more beautiful, more bright, more spotted, more visible. That even if you're playing small, people will see you and know that, and still bring out the good in you, still gift you, still talk to you, still just try to, like, you're so provided and loved. That's the best I can say. And I hope that brings you as much hope as it brought me. So this week, think on that. This week is more not affirmations, but positive thinking in terms of I have been blessed, I am being blessed, and I will be blessed. So that's all for now. Have a blessed week.